We've just finished 4 days in the Cape Wrath, and apart from today, first 3 very windy, so you're going to get wind noise on the videos, so please excuse the wind noise. I want you to get the real feel of the area, real feel of the conditions. Even though it's nice and hot and warm, there were horrific winds on the 3rd day. It wasn't too good on the 2nd. But beautiful weather, stay dry, very little midges. So again, please forgive the wind noise. Morning. 7:30. Had a nice line. I think we got to bed last night at about 8ish. At least 2. She probably wants to run down the beach. Stella! We've got another beach to go to today. Crazy winds last night again, as you heard. When I say crazy, it weren't super strong. It was just like they're just consistent coming over there. And I thought I'd carry on all night like the forecast said, but about 3 o'clock, it just stopped. Just like someone switched the switch. It all stopped. It was dead calm. But I got a great night's sleep. I woke up several times. Woke up 1 o'clock to feed them. And woke up as it was getting warmer because you could feel the heat on the tent. Because it's quite warm. Even now. I'd say it's about 12, 13 at least now. Midges are about, but they're not bothering us as such. I've put a DEET on again, so hopefully they'll stay a million miles away from me. So it's a slow breakfast, slow pack up. I can't really leave here till about 10ish because if the firing range ain't finished to 12:15, I've got to take a slow hike to that fence. But I don't want to just be sitting around. I might get there and the range might be already stopped. So there's always that chance. The worst thing is I might get there and they've got the timers run and the range is still active, even after 12:15. That would be a problem. Maybe going around in circles waiting for them to open it. I mean, it could be something silly like just doing some training exercise without any live rounds, but you're not going to take no chances. Don't want to be walking across and find a mortar shell land between us. That wouldn't be good. Uh-oh. The regular morning fight, or play fight, shall I say. So don't go through my tent. Is this about dominance or him trying to test her? Even though he's the strongest dog now, because his age, she'll always be the winner because she's got that nasty streak in her. Like he will play, but she'll take a chunk to tell him, look, I'm still boss. As you see, look, he's on his back already. She'll soon say no. But anyway, I'm going to do breakfast. Nice cuppa. And the wind is picking up good. That's what I wanted. But this place is crazy. In the mornings or early part of the day, the wind comes from there. And then later in the afternoon, the wind comes from there. And all night it was coming from there. I reckon it's just swirling around this hillside around here. And just changing different directions. Let's see if anyone's up on the beach. I think I saw about 4 people at the most through today. Look at that. Oh, 1 person's on the beach. Don't know if you can see in this far distance. Not bad, is it, when you've got a beach like that? As I say, I think most were day hikers because they came with little rucksacks and they went by us a couple of times up on the mountain up there. that beach was near somewhere busy. There've been thousands on it now. It's because it's so isolated. Even getting here is a job and a half on a car. Right, as I said, breakfast. Let's have my coffee. It's pretty hot. I'm gonna let it cool down. This is what I've been using on my skin. Lifesystems Expedition Insect Repellent. It's more or less DEET, to be honest. But yeah, you got to be careful with it on fabrics and things like that. You don't spray it on that, but I mean, if you have it on your hands and then touch something, you could end up melting something. I've been testing it. I've been standing here where I've been watching the midges hanging around. So I've been walking towards the midges, just standing there, and they've actually hovered just in front of my face, but they won't come on me. So the DEET is working. I feel them around me, but they don't stay, even if they land. You know, like I think I've had some black fly things. I don't know what they are. You see them? These little black flies. I don't know if you're getting them. They land on you, but they don't stop. And with the tent, when I was telling you yesterday, I have a job pronouncing this word, permethrin, something like that. Anyway, I sprayed with that kind of fabric. You have to look at that. I'll leave a name on the below what I sprayed on the tent, on the inner this is, not on the outer. And normally, you know, you have to be careful, the bugs all go in, and same with midges and all that. But because I sprayed the tent, nothing wants to go in the tent. So last night, first time ever, I've had a tent where there was not a fly that was buzzing around my head or something like that. And there was plenty around. So that was good news. So that's another problem solved. And I'll put a link to what I used on that in the description. But I just thought I'd show. Last time I was here, as I was saying yesterday, the winds died just like this. And the midges came out from nowhere. I think they were all around here. In the end, they came out everywhere. And I was literally had to run from this camp. And people were coming up that hill. I mean, Rebel was running down towards the sea because he had had enough. They're all around him. But today, yeah, they're out. They're not out in force, but they are around. I was watching them when I was putting my boots on around Stella. I'm looking now, and you can't really see them. And there's not really a breeze, so they've not come out in full flight yet. I think the females come out later than the males, and that's what causes all the aggro. So I just thought I'd show you them two things. They seem to be working. They seem to be keeping all the bugs away. I've used smidge. It's okay. That's all I say. It's okay. I'm not over impressed with it. I used the Avon So Soft, the old Formula 1, not the new one, because the new one's supposed to be even useless. And all I found is it was made my arms greasy and my face grease, and all the midges just stuck to it like porridge. They thought it was like, wow, lovely. And then you ended up with a mass of dead midges stuck to your arm. And I mean a mass. So I thought I'd try it. I mean, as I say, before COVID, I would never use DEET. I would go, it's too toxic, blah, 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 you know. But I think after what we've been through the last 18 months, which sprung out of nowhere, the last thing I'm going to worry about is some DEET. You know, what's next on the horizon, you never know, do you? So why worry about something that you shouldn't really put so much effort into? And so, hence I'm using the DEET. Look at these two. I've had my breakfast bars, well, nibble of them. I'm just taking my time, as I say. I can't rush out. It's 8 o'clock. Normally I'd be bagging up now as I'm drinking and all that, but I'm letting the dogs if they want to go in, because they seem to love going in tents. As long as they don't do that enough. I'm just biding time. Crazy. As long as they don't get injured. I was worried one of them will injure each other by accident, not on purpose, but doing something stupid. But see what I mean about Stella, we did only 5 miles, but the heat was crazy yesterday, and she was doing a hell of a lot running in around in the sea and on the sand, which is hard on the muscles, isn't it? But it seems to do her good. And As long as they get plenty of rest and they have their magic, she has her magic aspirin just when she's out. It seems to work. Got a bit of hay fever today. Okay. Right, I better drink my coffee, haven't I? See what we're going to do next. Start bagging up slowly. We're lucky here now. That's why I picked this spot again, because I knew there's all shade here. I just didn't know how bad the midges would be. So if we have to take our time, at least the dogs have got some of the shelter and the shade. See, I could be down in the dunes, but then I'd have to find water, and yes, I could use the water from the loch, but I don't know if that's tainted because there's an estuary that leads in. You just don't know if the salt gets into the loch. And the dunes have got other people, and then I've got to worry about the dogs, haven't I? But it worked to plan yesterday. Getting up here and getting that breeze. That worked. So it was just a very hot day yesterday, and I think today is going to be just as hot. But as I say, we're walking along a river, so dogs will be in and out of the river all the way, and it's only 3 hours. And then we've got shelter, we've got set up places and everything. I just have to not fire on the rangers though. Otherwise it's plan Z or something. I'll work that out as it goes along. Right, I'm going to finish my coffee. Rebel, Stella, stop eating grass. She wants to eat dry grass. That will make it. Right, I'm not going to watch. Got to get all that in my bag after I took that down. But perfect. Take down conditions. Hardly a breeze, no midges, no people about. You can just do it nice and relaxed. 8:45, good. If I can stretch this for an hour, then we'll go over the tops and take it steady. Beautiful morning. And a lot more cloudy spells, which when I mean cloudy, I mean just cloud cover, which is going to keep the temperatures reasonable at times, because when the sun pokes through, it gets hot. So it's going to be perfect. And with that breeze, which they did say it'd be about 20 miles an hour, 18, 20. And at times, I don't know if you can hear it, it just blow through, which is perfect for the dogs. Right, got most of the sand out inside, because every time we go in, we were carrying sand in. And that stuff I treat the tent with does work, because I've just got all my gear out and there's a few dead insects in there. Not in the actual sleeping area, but actually in the area, porch area, which was open most of the day, you know what I mean? So the insects weren't trapped or anything. So it's probably the treatment has killed them. They've got in there and they've took a dose of that. But as I say, not one bug inside the sleeping area. That stuff, I will put a link below. I can't pronounce it. It's permethrin, something like that. But anyway, it does stain the inner slightly. You will see some stain marks where you've sprayed it, and obviously it's just the way it's dried. But it's a small price to pay for, you know, a bit of peace. Because you know what it's like, you're sleeping and there's always a bug around your ear or something, and you swipe at it and 10 minutes later it's back again. And I was hoping, the reason I did it was hoping, you know, it kind of deterred ticks, and if ticks did get in there, kind of, I don't know, they'd run or it would do some damage to them, because the dogs are bound to pick them up. But after the Loch trip, where I was finding ticks running up my sleeping bag, not good. It always puts you on edge at night when you know there's loads of ticks inside. As I say, they probably came off the dogs last time. Could have even come off my trousers, and when I was setting up, it could have dropped off one of my trousers, something like that. But I treated my gaiters, treated Rebel's pack. I even treated the outside of my pack with this permethrin. Oh, I'm beginning to pronounce it. And my trousers, I say, but lower end of my trousers. I have had no staining problems or any melting problems or anything like that on my gear. I'll show you the pack when it's all filled up. And it's all to deter the little critters, but so far they don't seem to be that bad. They're not in full flow. It looks like it's a late uprising as such. Right, gotta get the tent down. I'm just blabbing just to waste some time. We'll make the video long now, won't it? Right, yeah, get a tent down, and then I can sort all this out, put it. This is what I like again, because I've got a shelf here. Got a cooking area over here where I was cooking. I was cooking in this corner, away from the wind. I don't think I'll be up this area again for a while, because it's so far high coming up to Cape Wrath, and once I've done this lighthouse and a couple other bits, then I've done this area as such. What I'm trying to do is do zones, you know what I mean? I do the Glenpine area and try and do all the routes around there. Then I'll do this one because I've been here. But I don't want to go shooting across different areas of Scotland all over the place, because, you know, yeah, everywhere would be new, but you're missing some of the places that were right under your nose when you were there. So when I was in Glenpine, I had to do the Loch Moura, I have to do the Glenfinnan and Coriolis, and see the viaducts, you know, where the steam train goes. But I've got to do a load of bits. But I like to do areas I know, so that if I ever go there in the winter, I know where there's hideaways, I know where there's shelter, I know where there's natural shelters, like maybe little caves or things like that, like I found the other day on the way to Loch Moura. So that it helps me out. Whereas if I go somewhere different each time, everything's so new and I'm processing it, you know what I mean? It's just my way of doing things. I like to learn zones and areas, so that when I come back, if I come back here, say in 5 years' time, I'll know where all the boffies are, where all the little, I mean, I found this one straight away. I think someone gave me a hint about this spot, where to pitch, so I can't take all the credit for that. But the streams down there, I showed you in the last videos. If you look back on the last videos when I was up here, where the dogs are heading, there's a stream. It does dry up different years. This year it's quite dry, but it's fresh water running down. There is sheep around here, so you got to be careful when you source your water, because sheep like to die in stupid places and also do other things in stupid places. But I always filter. After looking at Loch Moura the other day, when we're up there and there's 2 dead deer, that little loch filters down water all the way down to Glenpine River, and people will filter from Glenpine River and say, oh look, it's beautiful, it's so clear. You can't. There's deer everywhere. There's dead deer. You might find a dead goat, like we did when we were in Fisherfield. Dead goat not far from our camp. You wouldn't have even known. Couldn't smell it. So you got to be careful. You come out here, I mean, this is okay here. We're at Sandwood Bay, 5 miles back to the car. But you push on there, you're really getting remote areas again, and all wilderness. You go down with the trots or really bad stomach, you're on your own. Don't want to be calling out rescue services to rescue you because you drank dirty, fouled up water. Right, got to go. The dogs are getting on my nerves and I'm spinning around in circles. Got to get this tent down. You're going to probably hear a lot of wind noise. Nothing can do. It's really picked up. That's where we were, where the tent was. Obviously, leave no trace. Don't have to say it, but it's nice to show. More people show it, prove it. It cuts down on the waste, shows that we are caring. So, cooking area, no waste. Oh, bit of dog fluff. That'll blow in the wind. And that's where I was cooking. So no litter, no rubbish, nothing like that. It's only 25 to 10, I'm stalling. Here's the pack, Crux pack. Can't do much talking because of the wind noise. Oh, it might calm down here. Pretty basic, side straps. It did have a lid. I took the lid off and I've adapted it so that I can roll up the top of the pack, and then cinch it down with side straps on the side, like so. No outside pocket. It's all waterproof, one waterproof container. Very thin shoulders and very thin back, so you probably will feel it on the shoulders. I probably will feel it by the time I get back to our destination today. Just basic side cinch straps and very small pockets, no hip pockets. But the main thing about it is one compartment, it's waterproof, and it's got Kevlar in the material. I think it's 30% Kevlar, so it should be bulletproof, you know what I mean? And I like the way it's rolled and cinched down. It's not done the best way today. Could have done it better, but I'll get better on technique. You got to be good at folding corners and all that. But anyway, we're not going to get any rain today. It's got cloudy. Nice, perfect hiking weather. Lovely breeze, warm, cool breeze, and not too bright in the sense of direct sunlight. So I'm just wasting some time now. Don't know if the tide's right out, because them rocks are normally surrounded by water. And 3 people on the beach. Not exactly packed out, is it? Right, I think we'll stop hiking and get on with it. Great spot, a good spot there, look, it's quite level. Don't look it, you know, when you've got the tent, but it's quite good, as long as you don't lean off this side or go up too high that side. Right, okay. Rebel! And we're off. We've got basically cut down here and then cut round them hills. Oh, that's where this rock is in front of us, sorry. Right round and then swing left. Sounds easy, doesn't it? Now once you get down there and past them rocks, it gets really boggy unless it's all changed. And we do have one small fence to cross before we even get there. It's 10 o'clock nearly. I've just have to stall if the flags are up. See that? And we've just come from over there, just down the bottom there. I don't know if you can see. Loads of beaches, little hidden beaches you can come to. Right, just taking it steady. I probably won't be doing much talking due to the weather, the wind's really picked up. But at the moment we've got cloud, but if you can see in the distance, I think we'll probably get clear spells where it'll get really hot. So I'm going to enjoy the cool spells. Right, pushing up. Not too windy down here so I can speak. We're going that way, but you can see slight tracks where people have merged doing the Cape Wrath Trail, and they take the coastal side, sticking to the coastline to the left. Last time I think I tried to do it clever and come over the tops of there. I didn't realise how hard it was, but we want to kind of cut round. I don't want to go up, I want to cut round and then go left. So like a Z, if you get what I mean. So up, over, so up, over, and then round. Last time I got clever, I thought I'd go over the tops and take shortcuts. Trust me, it's hard work. So it's better off making the route slightly longer. We got the time, but it's easy on the legs and the back. Pack is about £32 at the most, so really easy for me. Yes, my back will sweat more with this kind of pack, but we can take breaks. Got time. And the pack will just get lighter over the next couple of days. So. And when I came back last time, I don't know why I'm rambling and telling this, but last time I came down, if the tide's out, you can come down to that beach and then walk around to Sandwood Bay. Rather than go up these, you know, I've just come up from down there, up there, sorry. And when you're coming back, you're tired and exhausted. Keep going up and down these. But you've got to hope the tide's out, otherwise you'll get cut off. You'll come down to that little isolated beach down there and then you won't be able to get round. Right, so up here and then traverse to the right and then back to the left, rather than go over that mound because it's steeper than the Lord. And all you'll be doing is you'll be going up and down like that, which I did the first time I did it. Right. Happy dogs. That's what I'm doing it. Nice breeze, warm. Just take it slow. I'm sure this will clear. It looks like it's going to clear. All that cloud is moving over. So I think the further we cut that way, the clearer the skies get. Might be wrong, never know. Time's on our side. And look, with this wind, no midges. Last time I came here, I couldn't even stop and do this. I couldn't even eat a Mars bar. It was that crazy. Didn't even have any breakfast. Right, let's move on. Forget everything I said. There was a swamp in that gully down there, so we came over the top. But in the far distance, you can make out a fence. That's it. That's the little one we got across. There's a big cove. And then we go round to the right with that great big hill there in front of us. So, we've come from over there, reached a fence. Didn't see this here last time, and I came down this way. Definitely not here, the 3 steps, because I can get the dogs over that. I think that's stupid. Going out, I tried to cut the corner, didn't work. I had to go through 2 fences further out. But coming back, I definitely came back this way, and there was no steps here. Hey, you two! Rebel, Stella. I think they've got water there. That's all right. So I can get over there. There's barbed wire. There's even a protection for the barbed wire, so they shouldn't cut themselves. But you know my dogs. Right, should be fun getting them out. That coastal path, I thought, merges with this, so it must be just different tracks. There's a lot more tracks this time. Weird. Right, we're going over here. Not a great breeze, so no midges, and the faintest of trails. That went here last time. Look at him. What is he doing? Rebel! Good going. Beautiful day. I'm looking at Rebel, he's thinking of doing something stupid. Nice breeze. We're going that way and then swing around. that way. We're skirting this loch something Godia Rudy or something like that. Pronounced it all wrong, I know. Rebel, get up! And we're following along. Last time I went over the tops, thinking it'd be easier. No, murder. We're skirting along this mountain, these hills, to the right. And when we go over that first crest, not the top one, Rebel, get up! We shall see on the right hand side Loch Keisgaig, and we shall see the perimeter fence and see if they're firing. They should be firing in 10 minutes. So we'll have lunch before we hit, just before we hit the perimeter fence. That'll clear us for the range. If the flags go up, they're going to go up in the next 10-15 minutes. If we have lunch and they're a little late, they should be up by then. Then we know we've got to clear. And then when we hit the perimeter fence, we go to the right of the fence, follow the fence down, fence line to the right, and we should see a river on the right hand side. I'll find out that river name, and we'll cut across to that river and just follow the river all the way up to Keisgaig, but more or less to the bridge where the range huts are, and then follow the track into Keisgaig. Saw two lads earlier. I think they were trying to make it across before, so I don't know if they did, because it's quite a distance to get across there, and that was 8 o'clock, so they would have to be motoring. It's all, even the bothy, I didn't realise the bothy is Ministry of Defence property. I thought it was owned by an estate or something. But it goes, the range goes from this where we'll hit it soon, all the way up to the lighthouse, just short of the lighthouse. The lighthouse is just outside the range, and then the range goes out to the sea as well. So we'll soon know if they're firing. We should hear something, but I don't think anything's going to be firing. It's only an hour. So let's see. Beautiful, windy, but that's what you need to cool you down. Pushing on. Any excuse for a paddle? Well, I had a few jets, but I haven't seen them. This loch is quite long. Didn't realise how long. And if you're getting this, two jets just flying off. High up. It's either that or they're circling. But to be that high, I guess they're flying off. So, I'm having my scrambled eggs with ham and red and green peppers, mug of coffee. It's 12:15. That's, I guess, is the end of the bombing runs. So I'll eat that, let the bloke come round, whoever collects all these flags on the perimeter, he's got to bring them all down. So he's going to have a full-time job. But yeah, it was jets doing a bombing run. I couldn't tell you what jets they were from the height. They look delta shaped, so you never know. Might have been them new Raptors or whatever they call them. Or the equivalent, what are they? Something 35s. I don't know. They have all these different names. They my day it used to be the Phantom, the Harrier. Tornado just came in, and what was the other one? Phantom, Harrier, Tornado just came in. Jaguar, that was it. The other one was a Jaguar. Just shows my time, doesn't it? Lovely playing, so. Right, I'm gonna have my lunch, which is not too bad time. They've been fed, so they're okay. I was going to say, if these flags don't come and we're stuck here all day, it's a great place to pitch. Plenty of good pitching areas and plenty of water. And a lovely location, nice and peaceful, apart from the odd bomb dropping. Get away from my coffee. Right, I'm going to have my lunch. Still sat waiting. It's nearly 20 to 1. No flags down yet. I suppose they got to check if they. I don't know if they're dropping out. I didn't hear no explosions, so I don't know what was going on. But I would have thought if they're using jets, they normally do them out to sea. But you never know. Lie down, Stella. Every time I talk, the dogs want to move around or jump out of my face. I don't know. So I don't know if they have to check any unexploded. If something fell in if they drop something in the moors and they didn't get any detonation, then they have to obviously explode it. I remember we were on ranges once and we were firing anti-tank rounds, and I think it was the Carl Gustav. It used to be a big recoilless gun that we used to use, and the shells are quite big in there. And we fired that off and it hit, and we were aiming at an armoured trucks, old armoured trucks, and some plating to get range. Make sure the sights, because they have enough optical sight that was separate. But anyway, I fired these off and one of them didn't go off, and in the end the two sergeants had to toss a coin to see which one was going down, to put some plastic explosive against it and set it off. Because obviously that warhead that's hit the target and hasn't gone off could go off anytime. Just a slight touch. And don't forget, if you put plastic explosives, you've got to kind of mould some plastic explosives against it. That slight touch could be enough to set it off. And if it went off, it'd leave a big crater and you wouldn't find no sergeant. So it's never good. We had all kinds of things. We've had the old common things. Someone throwing grenades and hit the side because you're in like dugouts and you're throwing these grenades. And they hit the side of the dugout and the grenade falls by the feet, and the sergeant and the bloke learning has to dive out the dugouts in seconds. That's a standard. That always happens, that one does. Been on Dartmoor, and I don't know what it's like now, but we used to walk through Dartmoor in some areas and you'd see the actual mortar round still stuck in the ground, and of course if you kick that would go up. But just second nature. When you're dealing with it all the time, you don't think about it. Anyway, I'm ranting again. I'm just waiting. I've had my lunch, they've been fed. Lie down, Rebel. Stella, lie down. She wants fussing. If I fuss her, he'll come racing up and he'll want fussing. I'll get him in the water. It's nice and cool here, there's a nice breeze. It's hazy sun, so it's not direct, so we'll be fine. What I'll do in a minute, I'll set off and I can walk along the fence on this side towards the river. So if we're getting delayed because they're too lazy to take these flags down or whatever. They did say that on the website, times can vary, so you know, we can't complain. Them lads that went before me about 8 o'clock, 20 past 8, they set off, and to get across this land and over, that's a lot of range over there to get across. So I hope they weren't going across when they were doing their runs, because they didn't know there were jets doing bombing runs. Not the kind of place you want to be when the shells are the bombs or whatever they're dropping are landing. Anyway. Later on, I'll show you if we do eventually get there, along the river, you'll see some storage containers. Lie down, lie down, lie down. They use them for target practice as well. I saw them last time and I tried to figure out why they were there. Leave. He's trying to get my coffee. And what they do is they use the storage containers as target practice. Good size, you see, rather than try and drag a tank over there, over the moorland. Just get a helicopter, drop a empty storage container. It's the same kind of size in a way. Doesn't give off the same kind of signature in a way, shape-wise. Right, I am rambling. I've got to go. Otherwise I'll be just chatting about useless stuff. Beautiful day though. Lovely weather. And dogs are fed, I'm fed, we're all happy. No injuries so far, touch wood. Perfect. Just get these flags down. Because if you sneak across, they'll go up the wall. And you just don't know, there could be another bummering run coming in. So you just got to be careful. Right, I'm going.